season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16.
And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. At a glance at the man under center at 6'5", he always demands attention.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
And not the start he was hoping for there, as he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. They had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. An early task, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2.
Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2.
He can really smell 800 catches right now because that last one puts him at 799, knocking on the door. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. They'll be back at the 36. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 12.
Back to throw. Wheatley. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Well, this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball? Or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
He finds his man, complete. It's Shaw.
And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Looking to throw. Wheatley. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd. Coming off the line, he's been wreaking havoc all year. And look, that's why, as a result, he's getting some looks for Defensive Player of the Year in the NFL.
And I know that many people don't have him first on their list right now, but he deserves that type of consideration. You mentioned it. All year long, he's made big plays and continues to do so. Imagine if he has a big game here. If so, he could vault himself right into the #1 spot.
And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. 36 yards on the punt with no return, and the offense will come back out deep in their own territory.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
They'll try and start this drive in the air.
And he's got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Second and 1. And this one too low.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace. That's a really alert defense there, because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
And they'll send out their punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense making their way back out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy? To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. From the gun, Wheatley. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Back to throw. Wheatley airing it out deep for Smith. And it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And he'll bring it all the way back, just a yard or 2 shy of midfield.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. And for them, it's no longer a question of will they make the playoffs. They've clinched the division title. The question, can they hold on to that #1 seed?
And this is where the mental fortitude comes to play, doesn't it? Because now you're not just the coach talking about it, it's team talking about it to each other, supporting each other, carrying each other along, because having that #1 seed means everything in the NFL.
It does. So even though the division title's clinched, shouldn't take the foot off the gas.
No, not at all. Play it all the way through, and I think we've seen that in recent years in the NFL. The teams that play and play to win each and every game, they're the ones to deal with in the playoffs.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. A loss loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up second.
The pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get out to the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play.
And one thing about a play like this, if it's slow to develop, it can turn out poorly. And this play was definitely slow in developing, and that was one heck of an effort to sprint over there and get the man down before he could make anything happen.
And the next-gen stats show us the top speed there, better than 18 miles an hour. And with a 3rd and 13 here, the defense in a dime look. Now back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. He wants it all for the end zone. And this one dropped in the end zone. Looked like a touchdown, but not to be. And now it's 4th down. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that'll make it 3-0 here in the first. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team.
Pressure comes and down he goes. That will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. Back quite a ways here, facing 2nd and 19. Looking to throw. Wheatley. Under pressure, they got him again. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. The Eagles send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Now a fair catch taken, maybe a yard or 2 shy of midfield. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. And they, if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They are guarding against the upset. And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
You have to ask the question, where was the help? Because it's a little surprising to me that he'd find that much room to run this close to the end zone. He doesn't quite get there, but he sets his guys up with a 1st and goal.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. The numbers for him from a week ago. And Charles, how do you think he ran the football?
I thought he definitely had his moments. I did think that they could have utilized him a little bit better, and I'm definitely going to keep an eye on him to see how they're going to use him this week.
And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bulls are able to stretch out their lead. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead grows to 10-0. 5 plays there on that drive. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback. And they'll begin at the 25. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. And he has not really been able to have a lot of comfort back there in the pocket. Pressure's been coming at him a lot, hasn't it?
And they've got to figure out how to tamp down that pressure. How do they decrease it? Is it getting rid of the football quicker? Shorter drops? Maybe they do something different with their pass blocking and their protection schemes. Maybe you meet them on the line of scrimmage instead of retreating to try and protect your quarterback. They've got to figure something out, though, because you cannot let your guy get hit that much, not if you intend to win.
Yeah, I know they'd like to erase that video and those 4 sacks that they've seen so far.
Look, all any running back wants is a little...
And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. They'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down.
These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance, they've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
Off the play fake, Wheatley. And he's got his man on the comebacker.
And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. And now here's a carry heading left. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Back to throw. Wheatley. Can't get away, and he's
taken down. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up third.
Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number is just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
The Eagles on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and a mile. And he will find his man on the outside. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough. And it'll be 4th down.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
And here's Joseph Charlton now
as he's on to punt for Philadelphia. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback.
Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense.
And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Coming up on 2nd and 7. Hands it off out of the gun.
And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off near the 42. He stiff arms him.
So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it was a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field.
And they start in the best of all positions, 1st and goal.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. It's the fullback. His first touchdown on the year. And the Eagles are back within a score. And that's why you have the fullback, Charles. Couldn't get it in the play before with the smaller guy. Turned to a little more power. They score it.
And now it has to warm the hearts of a lot of old school football fans. They love when they get to see a little bit of power football.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense.
And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
2nd and 4.
He's going to look deep down the field. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's third down. And Charles, you think about this offense, and it's kind of a tricky time of the season because you're 14-0, looking to see this one out to the end, but you start to run into situations where guys are getting a little banged up. Maybe could use some time sharing, some time on the bench, just to rest. How do you approach the rest of this regular season?
I'm telling you, you don't ask the easy stuff, do you? I mean, you created a heck of a situation there, and actually you didn't create it. You presented it, and you're exactly right. It is tricky because your eye has to be on the ultimate prize, which is the Super Bowl. That's paramount. But at the same time, how much fun would it be to go down as one of the all-time great teams and join the 1972 Dolphins as the only undefeated team to win a Super Bowl?
Back to throw again. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 39. CD, with that last pass, he joined a group of about 50 other men that are over 30,000 career passing yards. So, look, he's not at the top, but that's pretty good company.
Yeah, it's not the most exclusive fraternity in the NFL, but it's a pretty good one, isn't it? You still have to put some numbers up in order to get in, okay? The secret knock is still there. How about him getting it done? Proud of him.
A gain of 6 there on first. 4 yards remain for second down. Again, he'll drop to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 15-yard line.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
Now a play fake here on first down. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. Well-timed effort there by Derwin James, a sack from his safety position. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
And they decided to go with the safety blitz there. And look, if that gets picked up, quarterback really has the advantage then because he'll have more time to throw the football and some wide open space. But when it doesn't, that's a guy who gets a free run into the backfield, and oftentimes the QB ends up on his backside as he did there.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there.
Well, that's what I call an answer right there. They gave up a sack on the previous play. How about what they did to finish things off, turning it right back around?
That's the response, and that O-line feels a lot better now, don't they?
Yeah, without a doubt, because giving up the sack on the previous play, that just hurts those guys because they never want to see their guy get hit.
Now the try here for the point after. It's good to make it 17-7. So that one a long 11-play drive. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded inside the 5. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offensive sails because they had it going pretty good last time, too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. They'll go option to the short side. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh, my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
Throwing on first down, Wheatley. And he can't escape, and down he goes. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Looking to throw. Wheatley. Over the middle, complete. That's Smith. The reception good for 7. It's third down. Back to throw. Wheatley, and this is going to be incomplete. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. He's got the lead here in the second quarter. He's thrown the touchdown, but also an interception. As a quarterback, does that interception, even though you're playing while your team's got the lead, does that always stick in the back of your mind a little bit?
For the best ones, it just upsets them that they did that because they don't think there should be any blemishes on their record. They think that they're way better than that. So your confidence gets tested a little bit. Being able to go back out there, maybe throw another touchdown, that'll tamp that down in a big way.
Yeah, I can see he's looked pretty good to this point. Here's the 2nd and 7. He finds his man, complete. It's Hartman. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
That's a nice throw there, and he's obviously feeling pretty good because, remember, he had a touchdown pass on the last drive, and here he comes out throwing again, and they wind up getting good yardage and a first down right out of the gate.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. They'll look to throw here. Over the middle, it's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll drop to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. They'll look to throw again. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Bird. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 21. Back to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up second.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah, what's going on? It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. They'll look to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. And his kick is good. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. And the white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. The weather might be cold, but the playoff races are heating up here on this final Sunday before Christmas. So let's get to it. We'll begin up north at MetLife Stadium over in New Jersey. And it's the Buccaneers who are out in front in the second quarter. The Bucs looking to sew that one up, and they look to be in pretty good shape. From there, we head down south to Atlanta. Check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And they were winners in that ball game over the visiting Cleveland Browns. The Falcons could never get the ship going in the right direction this year, but they do get the win there and up their mark to 6-9. Lastly, we head to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough to check on the Patriots. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Buffalo Bills. The Patriots trying to finish that one off and claim victory. Time now for a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Eagles. And not much went right in those first 2 quarters. You can see the numbers on the ground there. Not a whole lot to write home about so far. Meanwhile, on the other side, you get a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And whatever they've done, it's worked, as they have the lead through 2 quarters of play.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. This one taken just inside the 10. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And this offense set to go now to begin the 3rd quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better, and I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
They go play action here on first down. He'll find his man on the comeback route, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. They'll set up a throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. And he slings one that's incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. They'll set up to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll get this down to the 10.
That's another beautiful throw right there. Gets it to his man right in stride. And I think that throw kind of exemplifies what we've seen from this offense throughout this game. They've been in rhythm. They've been sharp. They've been on it. And they pick up another 1st down there.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. He'll look to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Looking to throw. Caught on the slant. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. It's their quarterback, keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Bulls take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Now the offense will stay out there. They're going to line up and try for 2. They'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the 2nd half. And to give this time to the tailback. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Looking to throw. Wheatley. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. 3rd down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard.
Partner, when you see a screen pass and the defensive tackle ends up making the play, you know that one wasn't sold well at all because he should be upfield by the time you throw the pass. If not, you end up with big trouble, as we just saw right there.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Wheatley. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 23, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Extra point attempt to come here. And that will bump the lead up to 26. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talked about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Wheatley. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
And the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Taken from just outside the 30. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. And the passing game, I mean, look at the numbers. It's fallen off. When a team is struggling, sometimes you look at the quarterback. When the quarterback starts to struggle, who goes over and picks him up?
Yeah, that's always a big one, isn't it? Usually, there's a quarterback whisperer somewhere. And what I mean by that is, whether it's an assistant coach, whether it's one of his best friends on the team, someone that can get in his ear, get with him and say, all right, my man, what do you need? What's going on here? So he's one person he can lean on. He's going to have to lean on that guy right now.
And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. He'll drop to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Manning. And he's got the 1st down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down.
These two teams getting a couple of late season tilts this year. Their first meeting was not too long ago, back in week 12. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
2nd and 5. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. He'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down.
It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play, just someone that I can dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they will get this across midfield, but still well short of the first as he's dropped at the 46.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
So they bring out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. This one angles out of bounds at a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Now a handoff here to his running back. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Off play action. Wheatley. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line.
Here's a handoff out of the gun.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
13 yards remaining on 2nd down.
Looking to throw. Wheatley under pressure, and down he goes. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
CD, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line, but they do have a tough job because if you're a big tackle out there on the perimeter, sometimes you don't have the agility to keep up with the defensive end who's looking to wreak havoc in the backfield, and he got there and put his man on the ground.
Off the play fake. Wheatley. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. The Eagles send out their punter now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick. And they call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And that will come the offense as they take over. Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. And do you think he personally is evaluating his game so far? He was pretty good in the first half, been good so far here in the third quarter. He's got to like it, right?
Not looking for the dramatics here. Not trying to set the world on fire in terms of stats. It's almost like you're driving. Hands at 10 and 2, alert for anything out there, watching for trouble on the road, and making sure you get the team home.
The bus driver. See who can drive the bus here again on this drive. And he's going to take this close to the first down marker as he stopped at the Eagles' 40-yard line. On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's able to get it to the 33, good enough for a first down. As they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's second and 7. And he'll give it here to his running back. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a third and about 5. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 18. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
So from inside the 20, here's first and 10 at the 18.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8.
Second and 2.
Back to throw here. That's a loss of 8 yards there to bring up third. Now back to throw. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a fourth down.
That pattern and scheme was well defensed on third down. He tried to just sprint from one side of the field to the other, and they got it to him quickly. But no chance at yards after the catch there, and they stop him short.
And his kick is good. And that will push the lead up from 26, and it grows up to 29. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This will be fielded inside the 5.
Now a hit and a loose football. And this will be scooped up by the defense. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown.
But that's got to be so disappointing for a defense. You force the fumble, think you got a chance at a turnover, and instead, not only do you give up the football, you also give up a touchdown as well.
Yeah, you just think to yourself, you've done all the hard work, right? You forced the fumble, but when they didn't come up with it, I think they relaxed a little bit or maybe lost their focus as well, and it ended up turning out to be a touchdown against them.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will swell by one more. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15.
The Eagles offense back out onto the field.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Throwing to start the drive. Wheatley. He finds his man complete. It's Shaw. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Wheatley. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll get to the 29-yard line. Brought down there. On 1st and 10. Wheatley. In trouble, and he's taken down. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Back to throw. Wheatley got a man, and he hits him in stride. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've had a lot of chances, but not much success, converting only 3 times. This is 3rd and 8. Looking to throw. Wheatley. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Looking here for Smith downfield. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at about the 31. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. This will be 3rd and 5.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
40 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball. You often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. And they'll run on the inside handoff. Down the numbers. There he goes. And touchdown. A big play there. With a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Bulls are moving closer to a 15-0 record as they extend their lead here.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They'd done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Point after, right down the middle. And that will extend this big lead. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And a pretty good run there in the end to top it off. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Fielded right around the 8. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. Just too much to handle on the other side in this one.
And here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle.
7 yards, the pickup there.
To throw on second down, Wheatley. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down.
And you could say that is just another cherry on top for this defense, that entire team. But really, this defense has sparked what's been an impressive effort here in this one.
And notice you use the word sparked, because you're not seeing that on the other side of the ball, are you? The offense right now, the spark has left their game, and it's been because of what you described, that defensive pressure.
To throw on third down, Wheatley. Under pressure, and they got to him again. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Good open field tackling there. A 50-yard punt followed by just a 1-yard return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Here's a handoff out of the gun.
And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39.
It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back.
They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
As much as I praise teams for being true to who they are, in this situation, I wonder if maybe they outguessed themselves a little bit. 3rd down seemed like an obvious passing situation. They chose to run it and didn't get anywhere close to the first down.
And they'll send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10.
Philadelphia's offense ready to go again.
Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. And that is incomplete here.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
A gain of 22 yards. And an Eagle first down.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the home team here,
they are now 2 wins away from a perfect regular season as they run their mark to 15-0 on the year.
And they will hit the road next week. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, it's another loss as they now fall to 4-11. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Tampa to take on the Bucs.